Okay, friends, a short word story. This again is from the early years. It's all from this one Fabrengen at Yudbei Stam was 1954. The Rebbe relates that the Friedrich Rebbe related that the Alter Rebbe loved very much the field and the morning. The field and the morning. He used to say that the field are not so many people. And likewise in the morning, the start of the day, the atmosphere is not hasn't been absorbed yet with all of the Dvarim B'Teilim, meaningless prattle, etc. The air is more purified, and it's avir noki, a pure atmosphere. Likewise in the field, where people don't congregate, it means Baruchli is the atmosphere is so much purer. So the Alter Rebbe liked, as a child, did I say that? As a child, I'm missing an important thing here. As a child, he loved to go out into the field, and he loved very much the morning, early hours of the day for the reason we just said. Just let me get my memory about the Baal Shem Tov, a similar thing, but at any rate. So this is, now what does the Rebbe say? So the context is 1954, the Rebbe just starting now the whole Tzira Agudas Chabad. The Rebbe started around then, Tzach, Tzirei Agudas Chabad, which means literally the Bible Truth Organization. Which he said, youth isn't measured on the passport, but it's measured on your enthusiasm. But here he actually says something, because with Rebbe's words. In this story of the Alter Rebbe being as a child, he loved the early morning hours, going out to the field. He said, likewise in spreading the well springs. The Rebbe says the main avodah is on the young. They still have fresh koiches because they haven't used it so much and sullied it for other things. And therefore they don't have the chalishas, the weakness and the doubts in the mission placed upon them. And he says he's talking to the new generation, and when they'll do their avodah as they should be, they'll certainly be successful. And of course, the rest is history. The Rebbe created this army then, and then in the later years, he went even younger. Tzivas Hashem to the children, Mamash. This reminds me of the story was Simchas Torah. Was it with Bibi? I don't know, I think it was with Bibi. But certainly, as was their custom, they would come from the Israeli consul for Akofis. Well, I get the quote right, but I don't know exactly. But the Rebbe, turned around, made him turn around and said he has it, his thousands, this is just here in 770, of under 20, he says, of under 20 soldiers ready to do what has to be done. And the point was that the youth is ready, and he was talking about Israel, that they're neglected. And with the right command and the right inspiration, you have all of this koich and energy that wants to do what's right and transform the world, and that has to be galvanized and harnessed. He was saying kind of that, the content was more to it than this, but this army, remind me of something else, I'll conclude with this. It may have been, it was around that time that Pinya Altais was a venerable chassid. He was actually the Rebbe's age, my great uncle's brother. He was appointed by the Friedrich Rebbe and by the Rebbe to be basically the representative of Lubavitch in Israel. He was the one that started Kfar Chabad, and he was a very charismatic man and a big personality. He was always joking, but by Fabrengens, by Nigunim, he used to cry. And he said, by the way, that when they bury him, when they did this, he's buried in Tzfas. He used to say by the Fabrengens, by his Levaya, they should say L'chaim and give him some also, which they did. They poured him to his grave. They did, and they should sing a Nign. Heshel Tzeitan, this was similar, which we did. Anyway, so Pinya Altis was one of the Fabrengen when the Rebbe was talking about Tzira Agudas Chabad, all of this. So he says to the Rebbe, he took a lot of mashka, believe it or not, That's how it was in those days. He says to the Rebbe should take him in. He wants to also be part of the youth. The Rebbe was establishing the soldiers. So the Rebbe says to him, what can I do that Rebbe made you an officer, meaning the Fita Rebbe? And he's talking about the foot soldiers. So without missing a beat, he says to the Rebbe, so make me a general. So the Rebbe says, the general and the foot soldier, they're similar. But whereas an officer, he didn't elaborate. An officer is a career. He's a senator. The general, it acts completely, the cause. So in that sense, the general and the foot soldier share in common complete bittul to the cause. Whereas the officer is already, he's climbing the ladder. So he said, I can't make you a general. You're stuck to be an officer. All right, friends. Have a wonderful day.
If you talk, Rabbi.
Shkoyach, have a wonderful day.